Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of the new UI of the course builder. So from the dashboard, we want to head over to the memberships tab. And from here, you want to hover your mouse over courses and go to products. So to get started with creating your course, you want to click on create new and click start from scratch. So the first prompt that we have here is adding your course title and course description. So let's go ahead and add that right here. So a sample music theory for guitarist, and then you can also update or add your course description here if you already have one, and then click upload thumbnail to go to the next step, which is uploading your thumbnail. So you can easily create a thumbnail on Canva. If you have a Canva account, you can create one for free in there. And we also have the recommended aspect ratio that you want to use so that your thumbnail looks nice. And if you don't have a thumbnail yet, we have a default thumbnail that will show up, and you can see that on the right side right here. So if you want your course to look extra nice, then you want to go ahead and add your thumbnail right here. But if you don't have one right now at the moment, you can skip this step and you can upload your thumbnail later on. So let's just go ahead and click setup pricing. So if you're following the strategy for creating courses on Music Teacher Pros, then you want to skip this step and just set that to free, since you will be setting up the product price later on and you will be creating a separate checkout page for your course. So just skip this step, set that to free, and click create course. There we go. So once you have created your course, you will have these default initial templates to start. You will notice that it has been published. So you can set that to drafts if your course is not ready yet. So just set everything to draft by clicking the published text right here. And that's a drop down, and then select draft. So I'll do that for everything, including the course completion credential right here. So just set everything to draft. There we go. So if you want to update or add your first module, for example, or category, then it's going to be this one right here that says course contents. Then if you want to update that text, you just want to hover your mouse over it and click on the pencil icon and then update the module. So let's say module 1. Again, also a thumbnail to go with that, and then save changes right here. And then you can go ahead and proceed with the lessons or the actual lessons area. So for example, you are going to be adding your first video lesson here, then just click that. So click edit right here, and you can go ahead and upload your video under lesson media. And then you can also update the name right here, the lesson name. So for example, lesson 1, introduction, something like that. And you can also add your lesson description down below here. And of course, for the video lessons, you can also add a separate thumbnail for each, and that will go on the right side under lesson thumbnail. So the recommended dimensions for the thumbnails for the video lessons is the same. So it's 1280 by 720. So go ahead and upload your thumbnails if you have one ready. And if you also have some downloadable resources for your students, so for example, music sheets or some soundtracks, then you can also upload that right here under downloadable resources. All right, so just hit save to save all of the changes that you have. So once you're ready with your course, then you can go ahead and publish that by clicking this drop down and setting that to published, just like this. So moving on, let's head over to settings. So this is kind of where you can add the course description if you skipped it on the first step. And this is also where you can upload your course thumbnail. So this is also where you add the instructor details or your details. So here's where you add your name and a title if you have one, and your bio as well. And you can also upload your headshot or an image of yourself so that it appears under your course area. So if you head over to customization, there are some more details here. You can upload your logo and favicon image. And then scrolling down, we have some more settings here, which is learning experience. So this is up to you if you want to go ahead and play with this, but we have automatically play next lesson. If you don't want that, then just go ahead and disable it here, as well as all of the other settings here. You can go ahead and play around. If you want to auto-complete lessons or automatically play first lesson, then just leave that enabled. But if you don't want to, then just toggle all those off. All right, so advanced, we don't really have to do anything here since this is more of a complex coding. So let's just skip that. And if you've done any changes in here, make sure to hit save just like that. So the next thing here is customize if you want to edit how your course area looks like. So you can update or customize the theme. So from here, you want to click on customize, and here's where you can update all of the customizations for your course area. So here's where you can update the fonts used, the colors used. So firstly, we have the layout design. So this will be the color theme of your overall course area as well as the fonts used across. So this is where you can update that. So we have the base colors and the accent colors. You can add your branding colors in here if you have one. So text theme is the font used for your course area. If you want to update that, then just click this drop down here and select which one you're using from these selections that we have. And then we have the background image if you want to update the background image of your course area right here. And then we have the header, which is this navigation bar at the top. You can update the color theme if you want to update the base color, which is this wide white area here, as well as the icon color. So let's do a sample. For example, I want to change that to blue or green. Here's where you can update that. And you can also update how the search bar looks like. You can update the color as well as the placeholder text that's in here right now. So you can go ahead and update that from here. And you can then also update the hero section, which is the area below the navigation, this one. So if you click this, you have the option to show hero, or if you don't want, you can remove that. And then if you want to update the image, this image right here, then you can go ahead and upload your own image. But if you just want to use a color, then you can set the type to color. And you can go ahead and select the color that you want to use, just like that. All right, so let me just save that back to the default image. So if you want to replace that, just click replace and you will be prompted to upload the own image that you want to use. So you can also update the overlay color, which is the kind of like the faded black here. You can update that to your own branding. Just click this color block here and select that color that you want to use. And you can also update the transparency if you want to update that. And then you can update the course info. So the course title that's in here right now, you can update that. And you can also add a description. So it will appear like this. This is a description as well as the button text. So you can update that. And you can also update the button colors as well as the hover color. So let's do a sample once again. For example, I'll set that to green and it will appear like that. All right. So that's pretty much it for the hero section. Now we have the body, which is the area under your hero section. So this will be where all of your modules and lessons will appear. So once you have your modules and lessons published, it should show up on preview like this. So you can add some block here. So you can add an image or a text block or a custom block if you want one. And you can also delete that if you want to by clicking that block and then scrolling down and then delete block. So if you already have your course or module lessons uploaded, it will actually automatically show up right here. You can kind of go in and select a background color and change the text colors of that certain block. And then you can also update the progress block right here. This just shows the progress of a specific student in your course. So you can update the background color here and as well as the progress bar color, just like that, if you want to update it. And then for the instructor area, you can also kind of go in and update that. So you can choose to hide it if you want or just show it just like that. You can also choose to show the headshot or hide it. Here's where you can also update some of the headings as well as the name and instructor title. And you can also update the font text from here just like that. So once you're happy with all of the changes that you made, just go ahead and click Save Changes at the top. Just like that. So that's pretty much it for the course builder area. These are pretty much the basics that you need to know to be able to customize your course and be able to upload your video lessons and your lesson descriptions as well as your video thumbnails. If you are interested in searching for other themes, you can click Browse Templates and we have some other themes here that you can use. But I highly recommend using the Neoclassic theme if you really want to be able to go in and customize each of the section in your course area. You can go ahead and explore some of the themes that we have here if you are interested. If you guys have more questions for us, please drop it in the community area, or you can join us on our weekly live support sessions. I'll see you there.